Hello, dear fans, friends, and subscribers. This is your host Ram here on the cricket show today. And as far as today's show goes, it's the game between Pakistan and England. It was the third one-day international just played at Bristol. It was a high-scoring encounter which saw both the teams getting on to big scores, and eventually, as it often happens with England on their home turf, a very powerful team, and we know that England are strong contenders for the World Cup when it is going to be played at home in the month of June, July, as you all know. So, they definitely showed their might because Pakistan raised a total of 358 for 9 on the board, and England chased it with 5 overs to spare and had a 6 wicket win with Jonathan Bairstow leading the way with 128 of 93 deliveries, which included 15 fours and 5 sixes. And just talking about the game here, just let me talk about the Pakistan game. Now, Pakistan, as I said, they raised a very good score. It was a perfect batting pitch, but I'm afraid that the start for Pakistan, England actually winning the toss, it was a bit of a surprising decision, but in the end, it was a very good decision, I thought, because they probably decided that they would be better off chasing a total, and that was precisely the case. Now, Pakistan, if you look at the card there, they didn't have a very good start. In fact, Chris Wokes ripped out Fakhar Zaman and Babar Azam in quick succession to reduce them to 27 for 2 after 4.5 overs. The first wicket go was Fakhar Zaman, who got an edge onto the ball, and as he pushed forward, and the ball actually went straight into root at chest height, and he was gone. So Zaman was out for 2, but Babar Azam received a ripper of a delivery from Chris Wokes, which jagged out and picked up the stumps. And Babar Azam was going bowled by Wokes, and the score at 27 for 2 after 4.5 overs. So they were definitely in trouble. But then Imam ul Haq was the one who was, and as I said, it was a perfect batting pitch. There were lots of runs to be had, and one thought that Fakhar Zaman and Babar Azam definitely missed upon something there. Imam ul Haq carried his innings forth, especially holding the innings and also playing some very good strokes, but definitely doing a very good job for the team by actually ticking the scoreboard by tickling the ball for singles and twos. At the other end, Sarfraz Ahmed, actually Haris Sohail came in, and Haris Sohail combined into a partnership. Haris Sohail contributing 41, and when Haris Sohail was run out, it was somewhat sort of a football kick from Tom Curran, as Haris Sohail just dropped the ball at the crease and probably thought of playing the single, but Tom Curran was pretty swift to it, and he had already had already caught Haris Sohail off ground, and Haris Sohail was run out by Curran for 41 deliveries with 7 boundaries. And then Sarfraz Ahmed, the Pakistan captain, promoting himself in the batting order today, contributed 27 of 34, 2 boundaries before becoming a victim of Plunkett. After that, now the score at that time, as I said, Imam ul Haq on the other hand was doing a very good job of holding the innings and carrying his innings along. And what one saw from Imam ul Haq is that he had the company of Asif Ali. Now the score was 162 for 4 when Asif Ali entered the scene to join Imam ul Haq, a very well settled Imam ul Haq at that. But Asif Ali started off by hoisting Moeen Ali for a 6, and Asif Ali, as you know, he shows his raw power. He's a very powerful player. As you know, the the Pakistan coach Mickey Stewart has really spoken very highly of him. We all know that Asif Ali is not a part of the World Cup, but definitely he's someone to really talk about, because today he actually collected his second consecutive 50, and also it was his highest score, because the other day, as you know, in the second ODI he collected 51. Today he smashed 52 of 43 deliveries, which included 2 fours and 3 sixes. After that, Imam ul Haq suddenly, after the dismissal, I thought, or probably at the when Asif Ali was departed, the score was 287 for 5 in the 43rd over, and despite what one saw from Imam ul Haq, who was playing there, really showed put his put the put he started putting his batting into the third gear or fourth gear, one could say, and that's what he precisely did. He started smashing boundaries at absolute will, and there was a different dimension to Imam ul Haq's batting, who had so far really been the sort of a man who was actually holding the fort for England. He went on and on, and finally the England bowlers had to suffer because Imam ul Haq started really opening up, and he went on to, I'm sure this is his highest score in ODI cricket, 151 of 131 deliveries, which included 16 fours and 1 6. Take a bow, Imam ul Haq. Beautiful innings from Imam ul Haq there. It was bowled by Karan. And Asif Ali, as I already told you. And after that, Imad Wazim contributed 22 of 12 deliveries, 4 boundaries, Fahim Ashraf 13 of 11. Hassan Ali was not out on 18 of 9 with 2 sixes and 1 4. Shahin Shah Afridi was 7, Junaid Khan not. Now, Pakistan raised a very, very big total, and especially considering that 358 for 9, even though it was a batting pitch, really definitely had something to really, they really had done justice to this particular batting pitch, I thought, for Pakistan by raising 358 for 9. If you look at the bowling card from the Englishman, Vokes at 10 overs, 4 for 67 was the most successful bowler at that. David Willey, 10 overs, and there was one thing that I would like to share with you. Imam ul Haq actually hit a boundary. There was a time when, as I said, he had turned into the third or fourth gear, and we saw lots of boundaries just screaming out of Imam ul Haq's bat. And one of those boundaries that he hit, he actually blew a kiss to David Willey. And the reason that he did is probably there was a bit of banter going on between the both, and probably he wanted to tell him that this is what he's capable of. So there was a bit of a needle there between Willey and Imam ul Haq. Probably had a reason to do that. David Willey, 10 overs, 1 for 86, was really thrashed. In fact, after that, he was also topped for a 6 by Imam ul Haq. That was a solitary 6 that Imam ul Haq hit. So definitely showed that Imam ul Haq was really behind Willey. 10 overs, 1 for 86 for David Willey. Matthew Moeen Ali at 6 overs, 9 for 32. Liam Plunkett, 9 overs, 1 for 55. Tom Curran, 10 overs, 2 for 74, was another costliest bowler. Ben Stokes, 4 overs, none for 34. And Joe Denley, 1 over, none for 9. Now, England were, as I said, chasing a total of 358. Definitely a mountain to climb for sure. But as we all know, this England team is it's a really bundle of great energy. And we saw that as Jason Roy and Jonathan Bairstow started ramming the Pakistan bowlers on a perfect batting pitch all across the turf, as Jason Roy went on to make 76 of 55 deliveries. They put up a partnership of 159 runs for the first wicket in 17.3 overs. That really gives you an inkling as to how aggressively they played, and that was precisely needed to get on with things. And so they really set the platform there, with Jason Roy's contribution being 76 of 55 balls, 80 of 8 fours and 4 sixes. And there was a time when these two really started going berserk, I would say, and the England bowlers absolutely had no clue as to where to bowl to these two batsmen. At the other end, Jonathan Bairstow went on to his 7th ODI century, I reckon, 128 of 93 deliveries with 15 fours and 5 sixes. That was smashing stuff from Jonathan Bairstow there. And as I said, the Pakistan bowlers had to really suffer the brunt. So 159 was, and then after that, Joe Root chipped in with 43 of 36 deliveries, 4 fours and 1 6. Stokes was run out for 37 of 38 deliveries, 2 fours and 2 sixes. And then finally, it was just a matter of a formality, but still 9 runs were required of the final over. Not of the final over, it was the 45th over, which was given to Asif Ali at the time. I was just wondering whether that was the right move by Sarfraz Ahmed. I can understand that both the batsmen at the crease were Moeen Ali and Morgan, the captain, and they were already there. but one really felt that probably the Pakistan captain Sarfraz Ahmed had almost thrown. I don't think I wouldn't say that it was the wrong move because it was the 45th over. Probably he just wanted to. Probably he had thrown in the towel at the time because he introduced this part-time bowler Asif Ali to just have a trundle, and well, it didn't matter. And finally, it was all over. The six-wicket victory for England, getting a 2-0 ODI series lead in the 5-match series. England, Moeen Ali was not on 46 of 36, 4 fours and 3 sixes. Morgan 17 not out of 12 balls, 1 4 and 1 6, game over. And as far as the bowling was concerned, the bowling, if you look at it, Junaid Khan was playing today, 8 overs, 1 for 57. Shaheen Shah Afridi was carted absolutely, 10 overs, none for 83. Hassan Ali went for 55, was 8. Imad Wasim was thrashed to the tune of 58. Normally, as you know, Imad Wasim bowls a bit tightly, but on a batting pitch, he really suffered. 8 overs, 7 overs, thrashed for 58 runs with 1 wicket. Fahim Ashraf's 9 overs were absolutely crashed, one could say, for 1 for 75. Haris Sohail had 2 overs, 19 runs taken, and Asif Ali bowled that last over when 9 runs were required. Not the last over, the 45th over, which was just one ball short of completion, and that was the time the England actually won the match. Jonathan Bairstow, by all means, was the player of the match. So a wonderful exhibition. As I said, England are a very powerful team, especially with the World Cup being played in England. They are, the cricket experts have always been saying that England are the strong contenders, and there's no doubt about it. I fully agree with that. And other than that, the match which is coming up tomorrow is a dead rubber, one could call. We are talking about the Tri-Series, which is played in Ireland. It's a dead rubber for the simple reason that West Indies and Ireland have already, West Indies and Bangladesh have already clinched their places in the finals of the Tri-Series, and it's going to be a real dead rubber. But nevertheless, Ireland will have something to really do, probably something for the record, something that they could probably, the Ireland versus Bangladesh game, as you would remember, didn't take off. So this will be a good opportunity for Ireland to actually show their wares against Bangladesh. So I thought it would be a good opportunity for all the Irish players to really show some mettle of theirs against Bangladesh. So as I said, it's a dead rubber. And just one news that I would like to share is that, as you know, the Indian wicketkeeper who has been out of cricket for quite a long time, he definitely played a few matches in the IPL this time. His name is Riddhiman Saha. It was the specialist test wicketkeeper. Due to injury, he was out, and that's besides the reason Rishabh Pant got his ticket to Australia. So Riddhiman Saha, who would be the Indian selectors have, so basically he's on his way back, and Indian selectors definitely have an eye on him, as he's a very good wicketkeeper, and he will be the test specialist wicketkeeper. So they have basically given him an opportunity after the World Cup, I reckon, where probably get an opportunity to regain his specialist test wicketkeeper spot, as he would be playing for India A against a lot of teams that India is going to play. They are going to play Sri Lanka A, they are going to play West Indies A. So all in all, that is what it is. So Riddhiman Saha will be getting an opportunity here to actually start once again, get back into the Indian test team. Well, dear fans and subscribers, I think it's that's about time for me to pull up the wind up button here on this daily cricket show of mine. Hope you all enjoyed this broadcast of mine, with my next cricket show slated to come in tomorrow. Probably it might be a bit delayed, but just keep an eye, and or probably if at all I don't do the cricket show, you can always catch up with me on Twitter, because Twitter is something which is a sort of really which I definitely tweet daily on cricket. Well, pleasure speaking to you on this cricket show, dear fans and subscribers, and hope to catch up with you tomorrow. That's on a Wednesday on my next Cricket Hampton show. Until then, it's a big good night from my studios here in Toronto. Thank you.